Have you noticed there are three main groups of people who has been spreading this doomsday fear about AI across the world? They are number one, the internet AI gurus. If you pay close attention, you find out that a lot of these internet AI gurus, in as much as they teach the AI fundamentals, all of them have something to sell you. They will tell you AI is coming to take everybody's job. If you don't get in now, you get left behind. So, in order to prevent being replaced by AI, you have to join my school community or you have to join an inner circle or pay for a course. They must sell you on something. And the funny thing is that the way AI landscape has been shifting and changing so quickly, within 1 week, a new model will come out or a new technology in AI will come out, and they will jump on a video again and warn everybody that AI is coming to take your jobs. And the only way you can prevent this is to join their community. They keep on hammering and spreading this fear monger across the whole internet that makes people feel like they are being left behind. This creates a lot of anxiety and makes you feel like, oh my goodness, the world is coming to an end and you don't know what to do about it. The second group of people who are making bags from selling of AI fear to the masses are actually the founders of these AI companies. What a lot of people don't know is that majority of these AI companies are not profitable yet. They still rely on investors to be afloat and to expand their business. And what they do is that they parade or they spread this fear of how AI is going to be so disruptive and render humans absolutely useless. There won't be any need for humans to work. So there won't be any meaning driven from work or wages. And the only solution is universal basic income. They have to hand everybody some money to be happy and not turn on the government. And this spreading of fear is what makes the rich people that have the money to be like, oh my goodness. So they say that humans are going to be useless. The workforce is going to be obsolete. So what's best than to give these geniuses all my money so that I will be part of those who will control the world when this AI takes over everything. So that's their business model because they're in fierce competition with each other. And that's why the CEO of Anthropic always comes out with very tight time frames, talking about within 2 to 5 years, AGI will be here, it will take over the world. What he's doing is that he's trying to make investors believe that his own company is at the forefront of this technological innovation. So they are going to bet on him over OpenAI or Gemini that are like a bit more relaxed, talking about like a decade from now, 10 years from now. So these are their tactics of using fear to sell their company. And you can see it play out in the rate at which the company has been growing. And Tracker has grown 100x every year for the past 3 or 4 years. They start from $0 to 100 million to 1 billion. Last year, they were valued at 10 billion and they are projecting to get to 100 billion very soon. So they are trying to compete with OpenAI and Gemini. And that's why they are using fear mongering as their strategy to make investors and to make users believe that they are at the forefront of this technological innovation. So people will unsubscribe from OpenAI and subscribe to Claude. The third group of people who are selling AI fear in order to generate a whole lot of money are the podcasters. This were really funny, to be honest, because I'm a big fan of the Diary of CEO. And at the turn of the year, I made a resolution not to watch any of their video pertaining AI anymore because I've seen that they have systematically structured a way of creating videos around AI. And there's one common theme amongst all the guests that come on that podcast to talk about AI. They know how to heighten the fear around AI. They don't try to give a balanced context. They just paint this vivid picture of how the world is going to be in shambles, how everything is going to be destroyed, how humanity will be wiped away, how this technology is the end of us. Honestly, after watching every episode about AI on that channel, I have a hard time embracing reality. I'm always shook to my bone. I'm like, what's going on? And the worst part is that I'm in third world country. So if people in the first world countries are freaking out, what's the fate of us in the third world country? So after a while, I made a decision to stop watching any of their podcasts pertaining AI because they don't give enough balanced context. And that's why I love what some of the historians have been doing, or some of the OG tech men have been doing. They are coming out to talk about how technological revolutions have happened before, from industrial revolutions that disproportionately replaced agricultural farmers, and how they rioted but later adapted. They have talked about the 90s internet revolution that came, disrupted a lot of things, especially the media, the traditional media. Then people were getting their news mainly from newspapers, televisions, and all that. It came and disrupted everything. All those media companies had to adapt by opening channels on social media in order to keep up with the independent media companies. So a lot of them have come out to talk about how human beings will adapt. And in as much as yes, there are debate that AI is different because AI is cut across all the workforce, unlike the other technological revolutions that may be particular industry. But the truth is that these podcasters know what they are doing. They don't like having a very balanced argument about this because let's be honest, it's not really their fault. In the media business, good news is not a viral news. You can't see news breaking because an airplane safely landed. But once there's an airplane crash, it's a massive news across all the news outlets because that's what is the news. It's the bad news that is the news. So if you're coming to talk about how AI might not be so disruptive, how things might not be as doom as those people claim, it won't get many views. It won't get many eyeballs. But if you come and say AI is about to take humanity, we are all doomed. This is the end of it for us. It stirs up the emotions. Everybody is like, oh my goodness, what are we going to do? And it's, it generates those views. It makes you a lot of money. So these podcasters, news outlets, they know what they are doing. They deliberately position AI in the lens of disruptive and irredeemable so that people will be agitated and triggered to engage in their content. So the truth is that I'm not trying to be stupid to the fact that these things might happen. I am actually trying to be balanced. I'm actually aware that yes, some of the things they say might happen, but in a world where there are a lot of negative news everywhere, there are a lot of anxiety, stress, depression, adding onto it is not helping matters. Because one thing these people are actually underestimating is the power of the common masses. I don't believe that this AI revolution will happen the way they are talking about or the way they are predicting, and human beings will just fold their hands and watch it. Like there is going to be a massive fight back. That's one thing I'm sure of. Maybe in the first world country they will be cool, but if it's in this third world country that will leave, Nigeria and some other African countries, I'm 100% sure that there will be a massive pushback because the older generation, of course, you can place them on universal basic income and maybe they will be cool, they will complain, nag, and that's it. But you see, this younger generation, I have cousin brothers that are 17 years, 16 years that are in university. These guys are full of energy. And I can't imagine a world where they will come out and you tell them, oh, you graduated, I place you on a basic income. Oh, you've graduated. I place the year on a basic income. Year after year, you're stacking graduates, stacking young people on basic income. And you think that generation will just watch and look at these few CEOs to run and control the world? God. I think they're actually overestimating themselves because even if they want, let them use AI to cure cancer and solve mortality that people don't die anymore. I don't even know how they are going to do that because most times when they talk about this mortality stuff, they only focus on health issues. I don't know how they will account for accidents when someone is crushed in a car crash. I don't know how they will account for that, or when someone is involved in a plane crash, or when you shoot someone. I don't know how they will account for that. But anyways, unless they know how they want to solve death as a whole, that they can't die anymore, that's the only time that they will be free. Because if not, these guys will be eaten alive. And I'm not even joking about it. All those data centers will be burnt to ashes. Like there will be massive revolution. There will be massive fight back. I don't think humanity will just fold their hands and watch. Why this thing is still calm now is because AI has not been perfect. They still need human in the loop. And the job disruptions have mainly been on the tech side. The developers, software engineers, and all those stuffs. They are the people that have been massively affected by AI. Other than that, other industries have been relatively cool. There hasn't been any drastic change. And that's why there hasn't been a massive fight back. Because if what they are predicting happens to be true and there is like this AGI that is incorporated into robots that can do both the intellectual work and the physical work, it's not even AI that will end humanity, it will be humans that will end humanity because there will be a massive backlash. So I think they're overestimating themselves and what they can do, and they underestimate how much humans will fight back, right? Especially the new generation. They are not going to just lay low and allow those old heads to control their lives, control the world like that. So I believe that yes, we have to keep our head on the swivel and make sure that we are doing the right things, taking the right precautions, adapting. But I don't think the doomsday fear mongering is actually benefiting the masses. I think it's just benefiting these groups of people that are using it to cash out, they're using it to sell courses, sell their community, generate millions of views in their content, or sell their company in the case of AI companies. They are the ones that are cashing out from spreading the fear about AI. And that's why I believe we should all try to have a balanced view. You know, context matters. Let's also be a student of the history and see that humans are very adaptive in nature. Humans are not just species that like tree, that wherever the sunlight comes, they will bend and just try to trace the sunlight. No, humans fight back. They fight back. And these CEOs, they are selfish. They know what they are doing. They know that if they calmly talk about this, if eventually this comes to life, they'll be like, calm down, don't fight back, don't riot, don't do this because we warned you. No, they know what they are doing. It's all about their own selfish interest. But I believe that humans will adapt. I believe that a lot of industries will not be affected the way they are talking about. I believe there will be a lot of regulations to curtail the disruption of AI and the displacement of jobs. I believe that a lot of things will be fixed. These companies or these people are just trying to use this to cash out as much as they can. And please, let us not fall prey to their tactics and antics. Yeah, that's my 2 cents about how these people have created billion-dollar industry by selling fear about AI. Anyways, I'm David Ajibo. Thanks for joining the rant. Peace.